When you think about the universe, it is impossible not to be amazed by its scale. It is simply unbelievably, staggeringly large. And for someone who believes that this world was created by God solely for the benefit of man, the question should probably be relevant: what are all these galaxies, nebulae, stars and planets for? I invite you to think about all this. Let me start with the fact that the universe is really huge. In total, it contains about a septillion, that is, 10 to the power of 24, stars. Its age is almost 14 billion years, and the diameter of the observable part is 92 billion light-years. Of course, such numbers can become a stumbling block for a young immature Christian who believes that man is the center of the universe and that everything that happens outside the planet Earth has no significance. By the way, at one time it was for this reason that the minds of believers were so hard won over by the heliocentric system of the world. When you think about the universe, it is impossible not to be amazed by its scale. It is simply there are several explanations for this mystery. The universe was created stunningly huge simply for beauty. God created the universe this way to demonstrate His greatness. We are not alone in the universe, so there must be room for other intelligent beings. The laws of the universe are such that a sufficiently long time must pass for intelligent life to appear. Of course, the first two options leave a feeling of partial incompleteness, but, nevertheless, they seem to me to have the right to exist. The third possibility is theoretically not excluded, but still needs confirmation. As for the fourth, we think about it much less often, because it requires special scientific knowledge. For example, did you know that at least 2 to 3 generations of stars are required to form the chemical compounds necessary for life, each of which can last hundreds of millions and billions of years? I will note one more important point. Sometimes we get carried away with anthropomorphism, that is, we endow God the Creator with human features and characteristics. This happens when we imagine Him, of course, very strong and very wise, but as if He were a man, with His inherent weaknesses and limitations. At the same time, it is difficult for us to imagine how much He, the master of time and space, really differs from us. This means that God is never bored and waiting several billion years from the beginning of creation until the appearance of man is not a problem for Him. It is not worth endowing God with features and weaknesses characteristic of man. Well, and of course, people should be compared with the universe not by physical size, but by importance. If we are really alone in the universe, then we are certainly much more valuable than all these cubic megaparsecs of cosmic emptiness. But perhaps it is not the universe that is so huge, it is we, humans, who are so small in comparison with it. Everything in the universe is created in accordance with the elementary laws of physics, chemistry and mathematics, which means that Einstein's theory of relativity also applies to it. Most often, the things that we, that is, people, create are proportionate in size to our size. Based on this algorithm, we can assume that God created the universe based on His own size. And we observe the size of the universe relative to ourselves. That is why they seem so incomprehensibly huge to us. But none of us knows the size of the Creator, that is, God. And if we turn on our imagination and imagine the size of our Creator in accordance with the size of the universe, we may be shocked, because if we apply Einstein's theory of relativity in this case, it turns out that God, with His size, does not fit into the universe He created. Imagine a tiny microscopic amoeba, a simple single-celled creature, half a millimeter in size, living at the bottom of a small glass aquarium. And assume for a moment that this creature has organs of vision and intelligence, to some extent comparable to a human one. That is, an amoeba can receive information with the help of its organs of vision and draw certain conclusions based on it. Have you imagined it? And what can an amoeba see from its habitat, that is, from the bottom of its aquarium? Only the room in which the aquarium is located. The amoeba has no idea what is outside the room and it has no opportunity to explore it, since this tiny creature is limited only by its habitat, that is, the aquarium, beyond which it cannot go in any way. According to the theory of relativity, an aquarium for an amoeba is like our planet Earth for a human. And the closed room in which the aquarium stands and which is limited by the boundaries of its view will be for the amoeba what our universe is for a person. The amoeba has no idea who designed the aquarium and who built the room in which this aquarium stands. But it guesses that everything that is within the limits of its observation, both the aquarium and the room itself behind its glass walls, was created by someone. And it would be logical to assume that the amoeba imagines the creator as a similar creature to itself, only very large. And humanity, despite the gigantic technological progress achieved recently, understands and imagines God and the universe from the point of view of the human mind exclusively. Therefore, endowing God with human qualities, as it seems to me, is one of the biggest mistakes in understanding the true essence of the Creator. And what do you think? Why did God need such a huge universe? Or is God, in his size, still superior to the universe he created? Write about this in the comments. I want to know your opinion on this issue.